stay, right? Wealth, honor, her holy blessings. And Kim? He boldly just gave her the middle finger. Naturally, she panicked. She tried to strip him of his powers before sending him back, terrified he could destroy Earth with a sneeze. But instead of letting her, Kim literally chokes her out, completely rejects her magic, and casually uses his own dark magic to rip open a dimensional portal back to Earth himself. He's keeping all of his abilities. Thank you very much.
Now think about this. You have this godlike, world-ending mage, and what is his ultimate, grand ambition upon returning? After years of absolute hell, the guy just wants to lock himself in a Korean internet cafe, a PC bang, play a game called Dungeon Power Fighter, and crush some junk food. Honestly, it's incredibly relatable. The guy just wants a normal, peaceful life. But Earth's reality has changed drastically in the 2 years he was gone. Instead of a gamer's paradise, he steps back into a full-blown, monster-infested military state.
All right, moving right along to Section 1, Return of the Dark Mage.
Kim steps out of his portal expecting a nice, quiet neighborhood. Instead, he finds military blockades, panicking soldiers, and a world completely overrun by dungeons. But here is the real kicker. Upon crossing dimensions, Kim realizes his demonic energy, which is literally the primary fuel for all his dark magic, has completely dropped to zero. He's seemingly powerless, right? Well, wrong. When a mutated monster sneaks up behind him, Kim casually stops it with one bare hand and literally crushes its skull into the pavement. He might have zero magic fuel, but his base physical stats from years of brutal survival training, they make him an absolute unit.
And Earth's new rules? They are an absolute nightmare for a gamer protagonist who just wants a vacation. Controlled civilian zones? Fine. A mandatory 5-year military draft for all young men? Highly annoying. But absolutely zero internet access? No way. That makes Kim furious. Realizing the only possible way to get his peaceful gaming life back is to clear these dungeons himself, he immediately volunteers for the Elite Hunter Corps.
Which brings us to Section 2, Drafted into the Hunter Corps.
The military instructors totally assume he's just some arrogant kid, but Kim is about to completely shatter their expectations. To test him, a lieutenant challenges Kim to move this ridiculously dense, ultra-heavy, red stone just 1 single centimeter. So Kim punches it, and the stone literally explodes into thousands of pieces. Then, during the actual training, while all the other recruits are suffering through a 6,000-step weighted march, Kim just casually sprints up a mountain in under 30 minutes. He moves so incredibly fast that he earns a coveted free pass from the instructors. And what does he use his hard-earned cash for? He demands access to the military base's computer room. He is perfectly content to sleep only 2 hours a night just so he can game. Now that is dedication.
But things get very serious during a closed dungeon training incident. Out of nowhere, a massive, dark hound appears. Now, for normal awakened humans, the toxic aura of this demonic beast causes them to instantly foam at the mouth and pass out. But for a dark mage like Kim Minjin, demonic energy acts exactly like a fast charger for a dead cell phone. So, while his instructors are completely unconscious on the floor, Kim secretly beats this terrifying monster to a pulp and just feasts on its energy.
After that little snack, he checks his newly restored status window. His base physical stats, strength, agility, and energy are sitting at a solid 60, though his skills have been totally reduced to just corruption level 1. And hilariously, the system still labels him as a worshipper of Room Nona. What is Room Nona, you ask? It's a completely fake cult he made up as a joke back in Asgard just to annoy his fanatical followers. Seeing the system mock him like this makes Kim realize one thing. He has to start grinding all over again to reach his absolute maximum power.
Let's jump to Section 3, Smashing the Military Records.
Kim gets transferred to the freezing, monster-heavy front lines of the 104th Hunter Division's Invincible Shoe Unit. Now this is an area most recruits actively avoid like the plague. But Kim, he chooses this brutal front line specifically because more monsters equal faster promotions. On his very first day, he's handed a KX-2 rifle packed with highly volatile, upgraded ammo. The recoil on this thing is like trying to tame a wild horse. Yet, on his very first try, Kim lands 19 out of 20 shots, completely stunning the veteran soldiers who struggle to hit even 14.
His skills are immediately put to the ultimate test in a special underground shooting drill. Here, Kim actually makes a salary bet against an arrogant corporal named Guani. Down in the dark, Kim runs into a mutating throat demon. This is a monster way above his pay grade. But instead of panicking, Kim just gets annoyed that this thing is delaying his dinner.
He quotes his old Isgard fighting philosophy, telling the demon, "That answer is wrong," and completely obliterates it in under 2 minutes, effortlessly winning the bet.
You see, Kim isn't just physically powerful, he's a total tactical genius. Take the oil depot incident. A massive swarm of fire bats attacks a highly explosive oil depot. The regular soldiers are totally terrified to shoot, fearing they'll blow the entire facility sky high. So what does Kim do? He steps in, grabs an ordinary electric baton, and wipes out all 30 fire bats. How? He secretly channels his dark magic through the baton, electrocuting the entire swarm without firing a single bullet. 0 casualties, 0 explosions, just pure genius.
All right, moving to Section 4, the unstoppable Sergeant Kim. Because of these absurd solo emergency interventions, his military career absolutely skyrockets. The higher-ups quickly realize they have a generational, once-in-a-lifetime talent on their hands. His promotion timeline is truly unprecedented. Think about this. In Week 1, he's a basic recruit taking down a Dark Hound. By Week 3, after saving that oil depot, he's fast-tracked to Corporal. And by the end of his very first month, after completely dominating a field exercise, he is promoted to Sergeant. He is smashing military records faster than anyone in history.
But of course, the challenges scale up just as fast as his rank. The fake dungeon incident is a massive turning point in our story. Corrupt military officers illegally send soldiers into a deadly artificial dungeon just to mine profitable mana stones. It's a total trap. The soldiers get cornered by endless swarms of parasitic monsters, and Kim decides to dive in completely alone on a rescue mission to save them.
As these endless monsters keep spawning, Kim heads straight for the dungeon's core using a massive secret weapon, the Imitation Bracelet. Now, this item allows him to manifest a skill he doesn't even actually own, the unique skill of the Black Knight. It is incredibly cinematic. He summons this massive demonic sword, literally tears through space, and shatters the dungeon's core, hurling the entire threat into a dimensional rift and miraculously saving every single trapped soldier.
Now we enter Section 5, the demonic energy conspiracy.
As Kim clears more and more dungeons, the story shifts from a pure power fantasy into a really dark, unfolding mystery. He begins uncovering the horrific truth behind Earth's monster mutations. To prepare for what's coming, Kim uses a rare runestone to access a secret dimensional shop. And here, he breaks the absolute limits of what a dark mage can do. He unlocks Vicious Charge, trading his defense for devastating speed, and the incredibly painful but totally overpowered instant movement skill. This skill is a real game changer because it actually allows his human body to generate its own demonic energy.
And believe me, he needs that power, because the truth he uncovers next is absolutely terrifying. You see, back in Isgard, monsters are naturally born with demonic energy. But on Earth, after brutally interrogating an enemy, Kim learns that humans, specifically kidnapped black mages, are being experimented on. They are being used to artificially transplant monster blood and flesh into Earth's creatures. Let that sink in. Someone out there is actively engineering this apocalypse.
The plot thickens even more when a character named Bungo appears. Now, Bungo is a devoted dark mage from Isgard who literally turned himself into a bird to cross dimensions just to find Kim. Talk about loyalty. But Bungo brings some chilling rumors. The supposedly benevolent saint of Isgard might actually be the one orchestrating Earth's portal outbreaks, using holy relics to artificially send dungeons across dimensions. Which leaves us with this massive, crazy cliffhanger. Is the saint truly the mastermind trying to destroy Earth out of pure spite? Or are the corrupt human factions experimenting with monster blood the real threat here? One thing is for certain. Earth's most dangerous recruit is rapidly grinding his way back to maximum power, and whoever is actually pulling the strings is about to face the absolute wrath of Kim Min-jun. So what will he destroy next to uncover the truth? You'll have to dive into the source material to find out. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and keep leveling up.